Hello, Jessica Eurobricks back for another review, and today's Chima Polybag review. And it's not a speeder set, but it is set number 30253. It's called Leonidas Jungle Dragster. It's recommended for ages 6 to 12. It has 30 pieces, 1 minifigure, and this is just starting to show up in Toys R Us stores across the United States, and it is on ToysRUs.com, and it does retail for $5 there. Now let's take a look at the packaging. So here's packaging for the set, and there are some nice details. They don't show the face right there, but they do show Leonidas. And you can tell that LEGO really put a lot of effort into these polybags because they have a name and they have a little character part right there. And the back, they actually have the name in some other languages, which is quite uncommon on some of the polybags. And they have a nice Legoland coupon. So here's the only figure of the set, which is Leonidas, and he is kind of like the goofy comic relief of the group from what I can see from the show in his face. And he does have some nice detail right there where his teeth are kind of like crooked. And he does come with the Chi crystal and some nice torso and leg printing, but this figure is an exclusive to the set. It also comes in the Speedor set of his, which is a Chi waterfall, and Crawley's claw ripper, I'm pretty sure. And here's his back printing. And you could take off his mask or whatnot to reveal his face, where it's basically two double-sided faces where he looks surprised on one and then he just looks chilled on the other. So here's the main part of the set, Leonidas Jungle Dragster, and here's a 360 right here, and there's some big wheels on the back and some small go-kart wheels on the front. And the underside is just made out of basically a plate down there and these two wheel plates. And there are some nice pieces, but the build itself is kind of unimpressive. But I would just buy the set for the nice pieces and Leonidas. And you can see these 2x1, I think, cheese slopes, I think that's what they're called. And there's two of those right there in that new, yellowish orange. I don't know if it's new, well, I think it's new. And there's a nice 2x2 plate right there in that new orange thingy. And there's a nice 2x2 plate with the peg in the middle right there. And that's in kind of a dark gray. And the set itself comes with 3 of these actual 1x1 round tiles. And you can fit Leonidas on there pretty well. And I think this is actually an improvement off of that crappy polybag from last year, which was Zane's car or whatnot. And this has some really nice pieces. So that's it for the set. Now it's the final verdict. Overall, I think this is an awesome polybag just for the pieces in it. The build itself is kind of bland and boring, but the pieces, like the 2x1 actual cheese slopes, are really cool. And there's 2 of those in there in orange. And then there's a nice orange 2x2 plate. And the actual Leonidas minifigure, this is the cheapest way to get him. And it only retails for $5. And then you get some nice of those round little 1x1 tiles. And a nice Chi crystal, which are pretty common, but still. So I do rate this set actually an 8.75 out of 10. Just for the pieces, because the build itself is kind of really unimpressive. That's it for the review, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.